One, two, let's go.
So 1-1, but I think as Rahman Osman pointed out in the press conference, Ghana still without a win in a mighty long while. After the Black Stars qualified for the World Cup all the way back in September last year, or it was October, I tend to lose track of that sometimes. The Black Stars effectively have gone on 6 games and they've lost all of them. Whether to Mexico, to South Korea, to Japan, to Austria, to Germany, the Black Stars badly in need of a win. Rahman, first of all, what do you make of the overall 90 minutes today?
I'm going to be as blunt as possible. That was very disappointing.
Okay.
I could see what the manager was trying to do. It was a defensive masterclass. He was trying to do set up, try to get a goal, and then shut shop. The execution, there were problems in quality, transition. Again, historically, Ghana always has some really exciting wingers who can run forward, but normally the decision making is quite really poor. And there were so many decisions at the final third that were very poor. I felt we scored against the run of play, and then we just went back into our shelves, and they just kept coming, and we just kept hoofing the ball and hoofing the ball. It's hard because this is Wales, and we were in the presser together, and the Wales manager had 66 ball possession, and he said his team was rubbish.
Yeah.
They are not going to the World Cup, literally. They're not going to the. We're going to the World Cup. So I mean, they created more chances. They had more corners. They had more shots on target. They had more possession. So we need to do more. To be fair, we need to do more.
Did you see anything in terms of the way the team played to get answers to, one, the central defensive conversation, but also two, to the creative problems that this team has had for quite some time now?
There's this analogy I remember Jose Mourinho used on me. He said, if you have a duvet that is not too full, if you cover your top, you expose your legs. If you put it on your legs, you expose your top. So again, the setup was made in a way where it was very difficult to get the passing lines through the middle.
Right.
That was to protect the center backs. But that also meant that they got a lot from the wide plays.
Yeah.
So eventually they got a cross into the left hand from the left hand side that led to the goal. So the middle, he's blocked the middle, but how then do you then block the wide areas? That will expose them. So yes, the central defensive parents, Opoku did well, Ajete did well. And I thought one moment came in, there were moments where he was in the right place at the right time. But that's also partly down to the way the setup was to make sure nothing goes through the middle, but that exposed the right-hand side. I just think there's a fundamental problem, Michael, and we need to speak
What is
about
that fundamental problem?
We don't attack with numbers. It was the same under Otto Addo. I mean, when you're sprinting forward, and we saw that in the first half, there were a lot of options. And when you're sprinting forward and you have 3 players joining the attack, you give the opposing defenders something to think about. But mostly we're sprinting forward just 2 people against mostly 4. It's hard to score from that. So classically, against Germany, you see Anton Semenyo having to run to try to create a chance. But when there are 3-4 players sprint forward to add attack, the defenders sometimes are confused on what to. So yes, you can put 11 men behind the ball, but you have to have a plan on how many of them have the engine and the heart to constantly go and come. That is the problem.
Did we see a potential solution to who provides the creative spark in the absence of Kudus?
That's again another question, because when Bonsu came on, he was quite really exciting out on the wing. Kamaldeen tried in the first half, but we were just set up to contain, and so it was really difficult to find exciting. Neoma was kind of on net. He had sprint, he had energy, and that brought the goal. And that's what I'm talking about. Look at the goal. When we had players in the box, came off the bar, and then Yorenchi was there. That's because there were numbers in the box. If we didn't have an extra man in the box, nobody's going to come. It's going to get to. So, I want to be very hopeful, because hope is the name of the game. But at the moment, especially the way we conceded, the way we played in that game, is just quite really hard to see.
So that said, are you planning that your World Cup ends on the 27th, or you hopefully extends beyond the 27th of June, i.e., 3 games or more?
It's everything now on Panama. I still think that quality-wise, we've just got enough to be able to beat Panama, Michael. And I mean, I wish I was the one asking this question from your experience following the Black Stars and all these years. It just comes down to Panama. If we can beat Panama, we give ourselves a very good chance. But then again, beyond that, it's hard to see based on this performance and based on everything. And the money just couldn't even tell us if there will be another friendly game. That tells you the way everything is at the moment. I think they would benefit immensely from another game of this stature again.
I agree with you. Everything will rest on Panama. Pretty much like a lot rested on USA in 2006, on Serbia in 2010, South Korea in 2022, and then the inability to beat Uruguay also in 2022. So a lot of work. Here's what we know for a fact that the Black Stars will depart for the United States, I think it's on Wednesday, set up a few days campaign in Washington, D.C. before they fly to their Rhode Island base. There's quite a lot of work that this team needs to do. But today we didn't see Semenyo. There was no involvement of a number of players as well in the side. Patrick Lucasin has been called in as one of the potential centre-back options. He didn't take any part in this particular game. A lot of that will change. A lot of things will change. It's obvious the manager also saying that Caleb Rienchi will play in midfield. So the options there. And I have a few theories about that. I think also that part of that is to make up for clearly the concerns around Thomas Partey and whether his head will be in the right place for the football. I personally think Rienchi is part of sort of preparing for that potential gap in midfield that could be created. So a lot of things to look up to. Hopefully we see you stateside very soon. 3 massive games. Ghana play against Panama 17th June. Toronto is a bit like a second Ghana city. And then there's Boston against England. The one all our ancestors will wake up for. The Premier League is the biggest thing in football in Ghana, not even the Ghana Premier League. So it will be a massive, massive game. The one that every Ghanaian wants a ticket for. And then Philadelphia for Croatia. 3 massive games. 3 games that could make new heroes. 3 games that could make Carlos Queiroz stay even longer. Or 3 games that could see us say to him, "Thank you very much, sir. We'll try the next one."